We'll start it in like just 2 or 3 more minutes and then we'll go. I think I got to do a live call in like 5 minutes right now. So I'll do a live call and then we'll get into some role play.
Is this something you're working on, this live call?
Josh has a deal or something like a follow-up that we're doing.
Nice.
We have that like 3:15. So I'm gonna just be calling them, just kind of like how you called me and had this deal. Same thing. Like I get basically, yeah. I like that actually. I like that because it's just like people are tag teaming me to come in, and I just get phone calls whenever somebody else has a deal that they've been working, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yo, Stan, what up?
What up?
Not much, brother. Not much. What'd you think about Gabe earlier?
He's dope. Obviously, he's on a different level compared to us, but he's definitely someone that we can lean on for those type of deals.
Yeah, that's definitely fine.
Yeah, I mean, he primarily works on syndications only, or does he do like single ownership as well?
You know, I'm not 100% sure. That's the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely learned a few things from him.
Yeah, he definitely analyzes it like a big dog, you know? Like people who really have a lot of money, they're like, he's really like basically protects his money on all the little things he adds to his criteria.
Yeah,
it opened my eyes for sure. Like how probably like bigger money players look at it, you know?
Yeah, that's like super, super in depth. Like you can see all the different metrics that they pull compared to what I do, right? It's totally on a different level because they take in consideration like the syndication aspect of not just what we pull as far as data, but they're looking at, you know, the overall neighborhoods, the schools, the crime, like that's like some intense shit. But it makes sense, right? Because now you're really pulling from like a private equity standpoint and big players. Like that's what they look for: institution money, hedge funds. Like that's how they underwrite the deals.
Yeah, and basically like those people who lend the money, they already have a set terms. It's not like you can negotiate it. They're willing to give it to you, but you have to work in between their parameters.
Yeah, exactly. They're the ones that dictate the deal because they have like multiple partners in it, and then usually they kind of tailor it based on what they want to give their LPs in return.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah.
There's a video that came out. I'm not sure if it was Bigger Pockets or the Multifamily Wealth podcast, but they had these guys sit down. I think it was Bigger Pockets. They had these two kids sit down with two guys that were investors and basically pitched this underwriting, this apartment complex that they underwrote. And they were trying to get these investors to buy into their apartment complex. And it was really neat. It was like an hour long. And it goes through all the typical questions, you know, investors ask. It came out about right at a year ago. So I'm going to have to find it. But it was really interesting to watch.
Got you, yeah. I'm gonna give up this. I'm gonna give a call to some wholesaler really quick. I'll be. It'll be on the actual Zoom too, so you guys can hear it. But I just gotta get this call out the way before we get to the role play. Let me see. Hey, what's up, Terry? How's it going, man?
Hey, not bad. This is Josh?
No, this is Carlos. This is Josh's buddy.
Hey, how's it going, Carlos?
Man, fantastic. I'm peachy. How about yourself?
Oh, awesome, man. Especially since I actually finally got someone who wanted to work with me here.
Man, yeah. No, I'm definitely willing to work with you, man. So,
I'm talking about the seller as well.
oh shit, yeah, even better, right? You can find other people like me to work with you. It's way better when you can find a seller that's willing to actually sell you their home.
Right,
yeah. So Josh kind of caught me up to speed a little bit. He gave me the address and told me that it's listed or whatever by the owner, and they're willing to take 200,000 and open to seller finance, right?
Correct.
And they need 20 grand down, right?
Yeah, he needs 20 grand down. He said the reason being, he catch all of it. He got a little wordy on that, but I think the main reason being is because he does have a renter there. Okay. So renting, but I think they are supposed to vacate the premises in 60 days. It's something about he just doesn't want to stress over expenses, during the time of him not having anyone renting the place, I think.
So he has a mortgage.
Something along those lines, yeah.
He probably still has a mortgage, right? He doesn't want to have to pay those expenses, is what you're saying?
I don't think he has a mortgage. This is trust-owned property. And he said this was the one that came up to sell for this year because they're constantly selling properties every year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it has a mortgage. I think he mentioned other things that dealt with not receiving that rental income, I believe.
Okay, so he was just saying that that's part of his income that he lives off of, and that if he can't have that for 2 months, he wants at least 20 grand down.
I think that's the
Got you. But what if this doesn't sell for the next 2 months anyways? Like, what was that projection? How he was gonna have to take care of it anyways, right?
Yeah, I think that was the thing that he was so covered to pay down.
Okay. And, I'm not like not opposed to paying it. He's asking for 10%. I can go up to 10% on money down. I just got to get all the other fees included in there.
Right.
So
right.
He has it currently rented. Do you know by chance what he's bringing in?
That I didn't get to. I need to ask that, but I didn't get to that. Hopefully that can be covered when we do call him. But I did not get to that as far as the monthly rent.
Okay, cool. Well, what's this guy's name?
Mark. His last name. First name's Mark.
Whatever. I don't need his last name.
Yeah,
if you want, you can just shoot him a call and just let him know that I'm on the phone with you, and then merge me
in. I told him to expect a call, so let me go ahead and give him a ring, and I will do that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you, Carlos.
No problem, Terry. Do.
Okay, you didn't answer. Let me try one more time here.
Yeah, try one more time. Yo, what's up?
Okay. Yeah, he didn't answer, so I left him a message real fast, and I'll see if he can call me back here. Are you available if he does call me back in the next few minutes?
Right now I'm hosting a role play where we're doing, just like this, like practicing role play instead of seller calls.
Okay.
Just shoot me a text, and when I finish with one of the role plays in between the next one, I'll call you back if it's in this next hour and a half. If not, I'm free in the next hour and a half.
Okay, sounds good, Carlos. Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks. But I think that what he's asking for isn't impossible to do. He's only asking for 10% down. I can get in there, negotiate, and then see if we can get this done.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No, thank you, Terry.
Awesome. Okay, you have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely, brother. Bye.
Okay, bye.
That guy was excited, wasn't he? He sounded like he was ready to rock, guys. I love that. He's excited. I'm excited. Let's go.
Yeah.
Sam, how come you weren't as excited as that guy?
I don't know, man. I think I have a little bit of trouble with some self-doubt right now.
Hey, I was talking to somebody else earlier too who was saying the same thing. I was telling him, hey, look, like you got to just give yourself a little bit of confidence in there. Even though you already felt like shit, it's been this long and this is the closest to a deal, but it's been this long. It's all right. Yeah. You got to start projecting that you're already underwriting and taking it over and doing what you're doing, or at least understanding and seeing that you're accepting your wholesale assignment or whatever it is. You just got to project it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Glass is always half full.
That's right.
Yeah. So let's get into some role play, man. Does anybody want to be the end buyer first? I love doing it. It helps me practice and keeps me up to par. But does anybody want to do role play as the end buyer first?
I could, but I have to go pretty soon. I'm waiting on these guys to pull up. I got a meeting, but I mean, I got maybe 10 minutes.
All right, we'll just do a quick 10 minutes. It's fine.
Okay.
So then I'll make it quick. I'll be the seller, and we could just do like a $300,000 ARV, simple. 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. You don't really have to bring it up. I'm just saying, just to make it easy, so you don't have to guess it. It's there.
Yeah. Okay.
And we'll just use our names. And whenever you're ready.
Okay. Ring.
Hello.
Hey, Carlos.
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, Carlos. This is Sam. I was just calling about that property that I believe you own on 123 Main.
Yeah. What's up, brother? That's mine.
Awesome. Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call and see if you might consider an offer on that property there.
Yeah, I've had some people call me up and give me some low offers, but what you got?
Yeah, I was calling to see if you want to consider an offer, do you know how much you want to take for it?
Yeah, I'd probably take like 260, 270.
260, 270?
Yeah, probably no less.
Okay. How would the condition be on that property there? Well, what would be like the last time it was renovated? Do you know?
Probably like 7-8 years ago.
7-8 years ago. Okay, so it probably doesn't need too much.
Yeah, it's not bad. I keep it clean.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. And what's besides getting the right price for that property, is there any other reason you'd consider selling?
Yeah, you know what? I just wanted to sell this property and just move on to a smaller spot just by myself. So my main reason is too big for me.
Gotcha. It's too big. Okay. So if you were to sell the property, you'd move into something a little bit smaller.
Yeah, half the size, little condo or something.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have that property picked out yet?
I'm looking at stuff. I don't have anything bought yet. I need to sell this.
Yeah. And how much would you need to put down on that other property?
Ooh, I don't know. That condo's like 150 grand. So
50.
I don't know, probably 20%.
20% down. Gotcha. And is there anything owed on this other property that you have on 123 Main?
No, it's free and clear.
It's free and clear. Awesome. Okay. And is 260? I don't know how to go into that. Is 260, the best you can do?
Well, what do you have to offer?
Well, I wouldn't be buying the house to move into it myself. I'd be buying it as an investment property. So I would need to get it at a price that makes sense for an investor.
Which is what?
I'd need to be around the range of 150 to 170. Does that sound like something you can do?
I mean, that's like $110,000 to $100,000 less than what I'm asking for. I don't think it's should be discounted that much. I think that I'd be willing to work something out with you, but definitely not 150, 170.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No problem. As an investor, I can always give somebody, I can never tell them what they want to sell their property for. I can let them know, what price would work for me. And sometimes I'm not able to buy properties cash. But see, I need to get better at going into seller finance.
It's all good. Close how you want to close. Just finish it up on cash. Let's go cash. Yeah.
Okay.
Here's a good little skill that I like to use on like when I offer low. And then when they say 150, 170, and I say, no, it's too low. So you don't have to come up so much to say, okay, I got you. I need to be low at that number. So how far from that number?
How far from that number?
Something simple, right? How far from that number? I used to say, how close to this number? But I don't want to get close to that. So I said, okay, how far from that number? And then they say, we'll go with it, but I'm just in typical sense, somebody might drop it 20, 30 grand. And you can say, oh, okay, so from 260 and you drop it down to 230, maybe something else you can add. So then after all your fees and expenses, what are you looking to net take home in your pocket? So then what if somebody drops it down to, 220, 215, you just started asking questions back to them. And now he lowered the price a couple of times.
Right.
Yeah. So let's go into the 260, go back to cash. I'm going to just repeat that. Yeah. I'm not going to expect 150, 170. And then we'll go from there. Okay. So, yeah, Sam, I'm not going to take your offer at 150 or 170. I think my house is worth more than that.
Okay. Yeah, not a problem. What I forget what you said. What would you take? I forget the word you said.
How far from that number?
How far from that number would you be?
I mean, I wouldn't go down to 170, but from 260, I'd come help you out, maybe like 250.
250. Yeah. Okay. And out of that 250, how much would you need to net?
What do you mean net?
So
like take home like after like expenses or something?
Right. So a net cash offer to you means, so whenever I buy your property, one of the benefits of going with somebody like me is there's no closing costs or realtor fees or anything like that associated. So whatever price we agree on is net to you for you to walk away with, minus your mortgage. So considering that, what would you need to walk away with from the property?
Oh, okay, I get you. So if I sell it for 240, I still have to pay the closing cost, but with you, you'd be paying those yourself.
Right. I'd be taking care of all the fees and all that. So whatever that number would be. So say, if we agreed on 230, it would be 230, minus whatever mortgage you have on the property. Say it's, 100,000. So you would walk away with 130 grand in your pocket. There's no fees or realtor costs that come out of there.
Okay.
So with an offer like that, how much do you think you would consider?
What's the most you can pay me?
I think the highest I can come up to would probably be around, 170, 180.
Oh, you're still right there? No, I know that the lowest number I'd go to is like 230, and that's it. I wouldn't go lower.
230.
That's what I want to walk home with.
230 is your bottom dollar?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not a problem, Carlos. Like I said, I don't buy all properties I come across, but if something ever changes, save my number, and maybe we can work something out then. Sounds good?
That's fine.
Okay. Thank you, Carlos. Take care.
Bye. And soon.
So, yeah, I just need to write down like a lot of points to bounce off of, I guess, because to me, it's timeline, condition, motivation, price, and that's it. And then I go blank.
Yeah, no, dude, no problem at all. It's just part of it is just practicing, repeating those actions. You didn't do horrible, there's just parts where you can tell you maybe you just forgot certain things or not forgot certain things. You're trying to remember certain things,
Right.
I think you did good though, and then just catching up on it, having your little pause right there and just like asking. I think that's pretty good because I still want to see people walk through the close, even if you have to rule yourself out like this happened to be.
Yeah.
I think the whole strength in the role play is walking through where you mess up at, and I think I'm going to start implementing that more for when someone gets stuck. I'm going to, when instead of them stopping it, I'm going to just have them walk through it and just guide them. And I think that's where the power will be for them is once they're guided through their lost areas. Then I think that's when it'll be game time for someone like yourself. Then you'll be able to increase your knowledge and your skills and your confidence, and then it becomes repetitive action.
Absolutely.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
Cool, man. Anybody else want to be a end buyer? Dan the man, what is up?
Yeah. What's up, Carlos? Well, hold on, I need a few minutes because I got background noise over here, so probably next call. Sorry.
No worries. I could always do it. I love doing it. Don't matter to me. So I'll go ahead and be the end buyer, and then I just need somebody to be the seller for me. I mean, I would be the seller for me if I could, but I couldn't. Somebody, please. So, is anybody free to be a seller?
Hey, Carlos.
Go ahead, man. You can go.
No, it's all good, man. My people actually just pulled up, man. If you guys are still on the call, whenever I'm done, I'm gonna jump back on. But I appreciate it. They just pulled up, so I was gonna be the seller for you, but I gotta roll.
Don't even worry about it, brother. Take it easy.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Carlos, we could do like example. I could be the seller, and if we do this example of like a subject to hybrid kind of type of deal.
Yeah, 100%. We can do that.
Okay, cool.
All right. Same thing. I'm just gonna be you'll just our names, and then we'll do a 300,000 ARV, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. Okay.
All right. Cool.
Ring.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Dan? How you doing, man? It's Carlos.
Hey, how's it going? How'd you get my number?
It's going well. Thank you for asking. And yeah, we actually don't know each other, man. I was just giving you a phone call real quick. This house, 123 ABC Street. I just wanted to ask you, while I have you on the phone, have you considered selling it?
Yeah, I actually am.
Okay, I'm bringing it up right now on my laptop. What's got you interested in selling?
We're just trying to downgrade at the moment. It's just me and my wife. The kids moved out, so that's our situation right now.
Got you. Is that like the only reason, or maybe the main reason, and there's a couple other reasons why you want to sell it?
That's basically it. Space is too big for us. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, and 1,500 square feet. So we're probably going to try to reduce it to 1,000 square feet.
Got you. So you just want to downsize to something a little bit smaller. Have you and your spouse? What's your spouse's name?
Francesca.
Francesca.
Yep.
Have you and Francesca already found another location to move to?
No, we're still looking around, but nothing yet. So we're just trying to see what offers we could get on the market, or what people calling like you giving me calls.
Right. Have you had a lot of people phoning in and calling you about buying your house?
Yeah, to be honest, you're probably like the fourth call this month. Our offers hasn't been too appealing. So what's your offer, Carlos?
Dude, that's right. That's it. Only 4 callers. Nice. I like that. So what type of offers have you been getting?
Usually the same rundown cash deals, and but it's too low for us. It wouldn't even cover what we owe on the mortgage.
Oh, I got you. What do you owe on the mortgage?
We owe about 150.
Okay, 150,000. And then what do you pay right now currently for your principal, interest, tax, and insurance?
It's about 1,250 altogether.
Okay, 1,250, and so you owe 150. So then, what offers are others giving you? The other 4, investors that called you, or 3, because I'm the 4th one. The other 3 who called you, what offers are they giving you that you're not accepting?
Yeah, they wouldn't even go over. So some of them are like at 150, 175, the highest. Once we pay that, we got to probably pay some capital gains and whatnot. So we're probably like breaking even. So that's why I say we're not even getting covered on our mortgage. So we need more than that.
Yeah, that sounds like some garbage. It doesn't sound like it's going to help you guys out. So let me ask you this, Dan. If we were to come to agreements on a number, how soon are you looking to sell this property? I know that you haven't started looking for your other property that you and Francesca are going to downsize to. So what type of time frame would you need?
We're hoping before winter time. It's March right now, so approaching spring, summer. Hopefully we could try to get out, and then before winter hits out here in New England, it gets rough in the snow. So.
Got you. So I'm understanding that you guys are looking maybe to move closer to the end of the year.
Yeah. Hopefully we just, it all depends on the numbers, so we can't move for free, or, we need something to work with.
Oh yeah. I would never want you to sell your house for free, But what I'm getting to is this, right? Because you still haven't started looking, and it's going to take you, if we're in March, it's going to take you 6 months for you to get ready to move. Would it be a better decision for me to call you back when you're a little bit closer? Because I don't mind running numbers and working, but then if I give you an offer today and you're not ready to accept it and move forward until 6 months, I mean, in 6 months, my offer might not be valid. Times change, sometimes the prices go up and down, and I don't want to lock something up on a number today, and then 6 months from now, market goes down and I'm overpaying you. It would be more of a foolish mistake as an investor.
Right, I understand. So I thought my intention, you calling me, you would try to purchase this house as soon as possible. I understand we have some time to move out, but if the price is right, we'll move out within 30, 60 days.
Okay. That's totally fine. I wanted just to give you the right time frame. I didn't mind if I had to follow up in 6 months, but I'm now understanding that if you do get the right number, which you haven't been offered it yet from the other investors, if you do get the right number, that you would be able to pack up and go in the next 30 to 60 days.
Right, exactly.
Okay. And then Dan, what type of condition is the home in? Does it need any repairs, or what about cosmetic work, like the kitchen, floors, restrooms? When was the last time those were upgraded?
Yeah, all the above. Honestly, it's about exactly 10 years old. Last update, something late. It was just hardwood floors and repaint. But for the most part, everything for the majority part, everything needs to get updated, but it's still holding its place.
Got you. So it sounds like just needs cosmetic lift. And what about like electric or plumbing?
Everything's still running. No leaks, no electric wires hanging out. So far so
that's good. And then how about the roof and the HVAC system? How are those?
A roof, we had a leak, but thank God we patched it up 3 years ago due to the winter seasons, and no leaks after that. We haven't done that 10 plus years as well.
Got you. So you just patched it up, is what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So then I'm just just taking the time writing this down so that I understand as I'm speaking to you what type of money I need to put into it, knowing that I need to update it, right? 3 beds, 2 baths, a kitchen, and all that. What number are you looking for? Obviously 150 and 175 wasn't working for you. What number were you looking for?
We would like to get out with 225, 250. We think that's a reasonable offer. I do owe mortgage on it. Like I said, it was 150. So, we could use that cash to have new furniture move into new place and moving costs, etc.
Got you. That I understand. Okay, so at 225 or 250, by chance, where did you get the number at? Did you see houses like that sell, online or nearby, or where did you get that number at?
Yeah, 2 streets away. Square footage similar like us. It got sold for $315. I don't know exactly what it looks inside, but they had a for sale sign there. Next thing I know it, 2 weeks later, it was sold for $315.
Oh yeah, I'm taking a look at it right now. It's on E Street, right there, right 2 blocks over from yours. I'm taking a look at it. The only difference is looking at the inside and the photos. This looks immaculate. It looks like people had got it up to what 2022 standards looks like. And so I believe that maybe if I were to mirror this one, so I can compare it like an apple to an apple type of thing, that I could achieve something like that. But I don't think that, I can achieve that number at the as is condition. And I also wouldn't be the home buyer that's going to be moving in there. So as an investor, I have to ask myself, do the numbers work? Because I analyze deals throughout the week, and unfortunately, I can't buy everything that I analyze, but I'd love to if the numbers made sense. And I just know at 250, having to put money in there and then having to get a realtor to list it, pay some fees that are going to take me some months to get it ready. I know that 225, 250, that number doesn't work for me because then I wouldn't make a profit. And I'm in business to make some money,
Right. So say, for instance, you do buy for 225, that's still a considerably, low number. That's like almost $100,000 off. And then say you only put like 50 grand, you're still building a lot of equity, about $30,000-$40,000. I don't see the issue here.
Right. Do you sell houses for a career, or is this like you're just a primary residence and you're just selling it?
Nope. First house.
Yeah. So I also I own my own home, but I sell and I purchase homes for a living. It's what I do. I see it the way you see it. When I first started off, at 225 and you put 50 grand into it, there's money because you could sell it for 300. But when you put those numbers together, you think 225 plus 50,000, you're at 275,000. I have to make a minimum percentage, right? So if I like making 10%, let's say I can sell it for 300,000. I need to make a minimum of 30,000. But at 275,000, I'm already losing 5 grand. And here's where I never opened my eyes to. I got to borrow money and pay interest on it while I'm renovating it. So there's a few $1,000s a month I'm making payments. Let's say it takes me 3 months. Let's say it cost me another $7,500. And then when I list it on the market, who do I have to pay? I have to pay a realtor and those fees. And it's 6% for the realtors. And nationwide right now to sell your home, they're about 10 to 11%. So you think I need to make a minimum of 30, but then I got to sell my house and it's around 10% if I'm listing it for 300. So then I got to pay fees that are a minimum of 30. So then there's $60,000 right there before I even pay for the renovation. And that's how I used to think, when just how you were. If there was 225, you put 50. You know who that works for? It works for a homeowner. but as an investor, it wouldn't work for me. I'll tell you where the number works for me at. I'd need to be closer to where the other investors are. That's probably why they're right there, because after looking at the condition or hearing the condition of the property and knowing what the homes can sell for if they're renovated, that's the number that makes sense. From that number, I understand you're not accepting it. What's the closest number to that 150, 175 that you will accept?
You said what's the closest?
Yes.
Like I said, myself and my wife, we're really strong on 225. We really need the money to move out and buy new furniture. So I don't want us to be struggling and to be placed in a bad position. So I'm saying 225, and I think we're pretty strong on that.
Okay, I hear you. So 225 is the must-have, and if I go offer anything less, you're going to tell me to kick rocks?
Exactly. Exactly.
Got you. Well, I'll let you know right now that I'm not going to be your end buyer on cash, unfortunately. So
okay,
I'm going to rule myself out right now. But it doesn't rule me out. It doesn't rule me out completely from purchasing the home. Have you considered listing it?
No, not yet. We're just a little embarrassed due to the condition of it. So we're not ready.
It's
at
something
that
I recommend
yet.
if you're trying to get the numbers you're looking for, an investor. You're going to get a lot of calls from investors, not as many from the actual end homeowner. But as investors, those numbers are not going to work for us. And so the reason why I say if you would rather list it is because you would have a opportunity for more homeowners for their eyes to see that listing, and they'd be the ones that would be a little bit more bold and pay that price. It's another reason why I ask you, do you think you would do that and list it, or do you think you wouldn't because you have a little bit of maybe a embarrassment because of the condition of the home, is what you said, I believe.
Yeah, we just need a quick cleanup, to be honest, and maybe we could try to go that route and list it. But we want to make it a little bit easier, see if we can get some investors like yourself to make a cash offer, so we don't have to show the property.
Yeah, because if you were to list it, right, and then obviously, you have to pay commissions and closing costs, and I usually kick out the realtor and I pay the closing costs, so I save you the commission and the fees. But let's just say you listed it at 225 because I couldn't be there. Let's say you listed it at 225 with the realtor. What were you looking to walk home with after you did pay them?
Well, we didn't factor all that in. We would have probably guessed probably 210, 205 the least. Okay,
so around 210 or 205. But you wouldn't, you ideally don't even want to list it with a realtor, right?
If worst case scenario, 2-3 months we don't get a good cash offer, we'll probably go that route and just clean it up just a little bit.
Gotcha. Well, let me ask you this: why don't you guys just put some money into it yourselves and then you rent it out?
That's too much work for us.
I hear you. I had to ask, I try to help out the homeowner if I can buy it cash. I always try to see if I can help them out. Hey, list it, or if not, maybe put a little bit of money and cash flow on it and go on to your next chapter of your life, which is downsizing into another property.
Yeah, we're not at that age or time, so we have no patience for that now.
I got you. So what if I was able to do this? What if I was able to pay you that $205,000? If you sold me the property on terms, would that work for you?
Well, I would want 225, but if you could do 205 cash, we would probably maybe consider it. What's terms? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, terms is pretty simple. It's payments over time. But the reason why I said 205 is when I asked you if you listed it for 225, and after you paid out your commissions, you would be at 205. Yeah, that's the number you had stated that you would be willing to walk away with. That's the number that I was coming to agreements with as well, because no matter what, if I couldn't pay 225, you were going to list it and then still pay your commissions and end up at 205.
Okay, understood.
So what I'm getting to is if I pay you $205,000 on terms, I know that you had asked me, what does terms mean? It's payments over time, kind of like your car payment or your mortgage payment, how you came to an agreement on a number. and with the bank, whoever it was, and then you just started making payments over time to them. That's basically the same thing that I'm asking here. And here's how I make money, and that's in this scenario. So then you can see why I'm able to pay you a little bit more than other cash investors, right? So if I'm paying a little bit more to you, I still gotta put money into it. So then I can rent it out. I gotta max out the rent, right? So I gotta make it look nice. So how I make money is I give you more money, so you come to agreements with me, and then I make money in between the passive income. So the payment to me just has to be less than what I can get this rent ready for. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, I could I'm kind of capturing where you're going at.
I'll give you a scenario, right? So I used to be a painter back in my day, and my first truck was a Ford F-150. And, I made a lot of money. I made a living with the truck over the first 10 years. And I got to like 300,000 miles. I had a lot of value in that truck. It made me a lot of money. So I had a lot of emotional ties to it. It was great. It was the start of my journey. And it was time for me to upgrade. So when I wanted to sell it, I went onto the Kelley Blue Book, the kbb.com. Do you know what Kelley Blue Book is?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
It basically just looks at vehicles like mine, like an apple to an apple type of thing, miles and type of car, and tries to see, what they're going for in the as is condition.
Okay.
And in this scenario, my truck was worth like $5,000-$6,000, and I really wanted 10 grand, and I wasn't in a rush for it either. I had money. I just came up. I have a good business. And so in the scenario where I wanted more money, I listed it on Craigslist, and nobody reached out to me. 3 months goes by. My girlfriend comes into my house, and she discussed it at this truck that's still sitting in the driveway. She gives me this idea. She says, why don't you just post it? I will accept payments. I didn't think about that, So I said, okay, let me post it. And within 30 minutes, I had 3 people call me. I ended up selling it to another young entrepreneur who was starting a drywall company. And what had happened was he gave me some money down, and he made payments over time to me until he paid it off. You know how much I actually made off of it?
Same price?
No, I actually made $12,500. He was willing to give me a little bit more money. That was just on his own. But yeah, I made $12,500. I wanted 10, but it was worth 6. And that's how I was able to sell my property on terms to that other young entrepreneur. And it works for him for what the value of the truck was able to do for him. It was able to make him money. That's the reason why he was willing to overpay. And in this scenario, I'm willing to overpay as well for the scenarios I could make money with it. That's where the value is. And how I make money is every single month, I got to collect rent, right? So your payment has to be less than what I can receive and make a profit.
I gotcha. But what about us? I understand where you're coming at. What about us for for us to move out? Like we're gonna at least need like 30, maybe 20, 30, 40, up to 40 grand to move out.
Okay. So in a scenario, I'll give you 205,000 and I can give you some money down. What type of money works? I hear you threw a couple numbers out there. What's a number that's going to work for you to get you moving on to that next chapter?
I say 30.
30,000 what you're asking for?
Asking for price on the house?
No, 30,000 is what you're asking down?
Yep, 30,000 down.
Got you. How long of a term are you willing to give me?
Like I don't know. What do you usually do?
Typically, I like to do 7 to 10 plus years, but that's why I like to ask the homeowner, because who's Carlos Reese to dictate what works with for him and somebody else's property.
Right. Okay. Well, least amount of years. I'll take 7 years.
Okay, so we can do this for 7 years, and then knowing that you paid $1,250, by chance what the rental rate is in that neighborhood? If it's like 2,000 plus, or I'm not really familiar with it. Don't even know.
Like you could probably average out 15, 16 on an average apartment. If you want to do one of the best apartments, you probably push it another 100 or 200 more. So 1,700 the most.
So you're saying I could maximum make 17? I could bring 1,700.
Exactly.
So from $1,250 to $1,700, there's around $450. So here's the scenario, right? Remember how I can pay more for the house as long as I cash flow?
Okay.
Well, there's only $450 from what I have to take over, which is your mortgage payment, and it's already $1,250. But then at 150 is your mortgage, and I'm paying you 205, right? So there's $55,000 of equity that I have to make a down payment to, and then make a payment to you.
Okay.
In that scenario, there's 450, right? I need a cash flow. Are you willing to take like $100, $150 a month on this?
No. What do you mean by that?
Right? Because how am I supposed to make my money?
I understand. Well, so if you get it up to par, you like you said, you can make at least $400 a month. You don't think that that'll be worth it?
No, to me that is worth it. But what I'm getting to is this: if I'm paying here's your mortgage, 150, and the payment to your mortgage is 1,250, but I owe you $55,000. I am going to give you some money down, and whatever I owe you, I still owe you. So it still needs to be a payment unless you're willing to work with me, where after 7 years I'll clear out your balance. That's what I was getting to, because I said, hey, there's only $450 left. Either I can still take my portion and you cash flow a little bit, or I can take the 450 and then you are in a silent position, meaning after I give you money down, the remaining balance I owe you, I won't be able to make a payment to you during the term. And then at the end of our term, I'll be able to write you a one-time check for the remaining balance of what I owe you.
Okay. That sounds good. You said within 7 years?
Yeah. So if I'm able to do 205 for 7 years, I'm taking over that 1,250 payment. You're cool with me leaving you in a position where I can bring in the 450, and then I just pay you the remaining balance at the end of those 7 years?
Yeah, but what about that down payment that we need to move out with?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to next, right? So I'm just trying to calculate how much money I'm going to put into this on top of the 30 grand. So knowing that I got to put in some work into here, maybe 50 grand. That was like the number you had spoke up about earlier, saying that's how much money it might need. So that might almost that might even kill my deal, right? Because I got to put in 80,000. I get allocated funds, so I use other people's money to make money. But if I got to borrow 50 grand, I might have to make a payment to that person, or it's not might have to. I'm gonna have to make a payment to that person, and I might not cash flow. I just need to make some money. Typically, when I do this, right, when I give a little bit more money than what people are willing to give the sellers on cash, the homeowner is willing to work with me closer to like $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 down. And it's a smart decision for me, like how I said, I get allocated funds. Well, if I can buy homes for 5 or 10 grand, then I can buy 6 of them for the 30 grand you're asking for. Might not be the best move for me. Is there a way that we can cut that down to 10, 15 grand?
Oh, geez, killing me, Carlos.
I'm trying to brainstorm with you. I'm really trying to make it work with you. I'm just brainstorming with you right now. I'm just letting you know I need to make money doing this, and this is how I can pay you more. So do you think you can work with me and work with me around $10,000 to $15,000 down?
Instead of 30, we could probably. I have to speak with my spouse. We probably push it down to 20. Like I said, cost of living is just so expensive to move out.
Okay, so if I do $20,000 down for and take over your mortgage payment of $1,250 over 7 years, that's something that we can do.
Yeah, that would we could consider that if the overall price you are giving me, we verbally agreed on is 205, right?
205.
Yeah, that could probably be a more reasonable number. But
okay.
How do I even know you're gonna be paying me monthly? Like, what's the scenario on that? Like, how can I protect myself? Like, obviously I'm gonna bring in a lawyer, but how do I know you're gonna make my mortgage payment?
That's a good question. Great question to ask. It was a question I was going to bring up because it hasn't been brought up just yet. And so, yeah, in this scenario where you're becoming the bank to me, I'm becoming the lender. I want to protect you in this deal because you're giving me terms that work with me, right? So in a scenario, right, let's say I give you this $20,000 down and I make payments over 6, 7 months, right? So credit's still going, everything's still good. I'm making up these payments. Well, let's just say, I don't know what happens. I get in a car accident or I get picked up by aliens, something crazy, something wild happens to me where I can't make that payment. There's a document, it's called a performance mortgage deed. It's a constant close. And what it is it protects the seller in a scenario where if I fail to perform on the mortgage, the property will be deeded back into the seller's name. And at that point, I would have given you $20,000 down. You get to keep that. I would have made those payments. I mean, though I'm not making equity payments to you, I still took care of the mortgage payments. And so at that time frame, if it were to get deeded back to you, it would actually be my worst case scenario and your best case scenario for the fact that that's a win-win. It'd be cash flowing for you. You already moved out, have your place, have money down to you. You can keep it cash flowing or you can sell it for the maximum.
All right.
That's why I underwrite the
never
deal.
Heard of this.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, typically, man, I would rather go cash, way easier for me. But in the scenario where I can't make money on the front end, it's okay for me to make money between the passive income. It doesn't roll me out.
Okay, I gotcha.
So what about Francesca? Right. Do you think these numbers would work with her? I know that she's more likely going to be a big factor in making a decision on this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's currently at work right now, but I would love to give you a call back maybe perhaps tomorrow. You are like our highest offer, but from the situation you told me about, oh no, she'll be okay having payments.
Right. Well, here's one good thing about most couples is typically after some time they get to know each other. Meaning like I know that I can go to the store and see some things that my lady likes and I can get them and she'd like them, and vice versa. She can find things that I already know that I'm going to say yeah to and she gets them for me. So if you really know your spouse like that and you think that these numbers work for you and her, I think we're going to be good.
Okay. Got it.
So,
quick question. What's three big advantages to this thing? Because I'll be researching it too after this call. But what's the three big advantages you can think of selling over time instead of just full?
Oh, there's so many of them. Like, right, the first one is you sell your house and you got to pay capital gains, right? So we defer that. Second, if we go to the bank and everything, I got to pay bank fees to people. I got to pull my credit and pay them all money. I mean, there's no fun in that. I got to pay other people. Why can't I just pay you directly and no skip all the realtors, skip all the banks? Another thing is that it's going to work for you the best way if you sell it on terms, for the fact that even if you got cashed out and you first paid a capital gain, the second thing is if you were only looking to get 10, 20 grand to put that down and place the rest of their money in the bank, what's the bank going to give you? 0.9 or 1%? And what's inflation right now? 10% plus? It wouldn't be the smartest way for you to leave your money in the bank, right? I mean, after already getting taxed and then the IRS taking already a chunk away. Those are just three benefits. I mean, there's like a million more.
Got it. So you're stating I would actually get interest off this installment.
Yeah, whatever your mortgage is on whatever your mortgage interest rate is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is what I could do. This is what I can do for you, Dan. I'll go ahead and email you over the purchase sale agreement, and you could just look it over with Francesca, and I can give you a call, and then we can fill it out together.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, like I said, she's at work, so I'll give you guys a call. Well, just give me a call tomorrow if I forget.
I got you. I'm gonna go ahead and draft this up and send it over.
Sounds good. Thanks, Carlos. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Dan. Bye. You guys have any questions?
Yeah, that was good, man. That was pretty intense.
That was pretty simple. I get some shitty ass people sometimes.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't mean to take up so much time on this call, guys. But quick question, Carlos. How do you discuss like interest rates? Like you said, bank provides you 0.9%. interest. Like, so you're giving me 10% interest on my money since we're doing installments?
Say that again. So in reality, a bank is going to give you what, 0.9 or 1% when you open a bank account,
right?
Put your money in there. So I tell them,
right.
What's the smartest thing to do besides selling this house, right? And first you're going to pay capital gains on it, so you lose a chunk of change up front. And then if they're not planning to invest the remaining actual gains that they make, they're planning to keep it in the bank. How are you going to make money at 0.9 or 1%, especially with inflation is 10% rising? So you're not really making money. You're devaluing your dollar when it's sitting in the bank because our inflation is already too high. And you're never going to make money in the bank at 1%.
Okay. No, well, I was stating when you used to pay me back the remaining like 50 grand, like, are you paying me with interest?
Got you. So you see how I just said, yeah, interest. That's probably where I wouldn't have said a word and didn't bring up interest, but I ended up just fucking slipped out because I would rather avoid giving interest on their seller finance. But in a scenario where you gave it to me where I'm not making a payment to you, I wouldn't mind actually matching your interest. It'd be silent. It would just be accrued over the 7 years. So it would accumulate over 7 years and I'd pay it all in one time. But yeah, I wouldn't mind it still. If the numbers made sense to me, I wouldn't mind it.
I gotcha. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
No problem. Good call. That's kind of how they go. Take a little bit of time, but that's how they go. Does anybody have any questions, any feedback, anything I could have said better, done better, brought up? What's up, Lauren? Ben, what up?
What's up, Carlos? What's up, everybody?
How you doing?
Good. I just hopped in here, looking on Privy, trying to make some offers.
Oh, that's good. What's up, Liz?
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm always peachy.
I just thought I'd pop in here.
Yeah, we started shifting them over at 3 p.m. So it's a little bit easier, I guess, for some certain people.
So you guys are role playing?
Yeah, we're role playing. Well, the first I had made a seller call in the beginning because I had an appointment, but after that we just role play. You
do these every day at 3 o'clock?
Well, we were doing them at 1, but for some, like the Monday and I think last week, a few people said, can we start pushing them at closer to 6 their time on the East? So we just started doing it. Doesn't look like everybody's really remembering to jump in, but yeah, I think I'm going to start doing them at 3 o'clock. It's easier for people.
Okay. Every day?
So I'm thinking this, since I don't have other people to host them, like to actually do the role play for other people, I'm thinking I could do 2 days, like Monday, Tuesday, actual role play. And then Wednesday, Thursday, I'll do live seller calls with my leads or other people's leads, just so they can get, just like a nightly dial in there, get a little bit more performance. And then Fridays, Stan and I will be doing underwriting sessions on either multifamily or just depending if it's an Airbnb deal. But we're just trying to get a little more involved. I'm trying to get more educated and do some more underwriting and just keep it going.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Josh, you're bald, my man?
Shit, yeah, I'm bald. Are you kidding?
Look at this gangster right here. That guy's an Aryan brother. Look at him.
No, I am not that.
Just
don't associate me with that shit.
Bro, don't worry. Once you join sub 2, you join a cult, bro. You'll realize, like, this is a community or is this a cult?
I'm fine with that.
Everybody gonna have bald heads soon?
Not the brotherhood.
Not the brotherhood. Oh, man.
Sorry, I had to take care of some stuff. How did that call go? Was it good?
So I call it your buddy Terry. I think the deal could be a deal. It's just the thing is his the way he broke it down to me could still be a deal, but the seller wasn't answering. So he told me that he would shoot me a text when the seller got back to him, and I told him either we can do it live or I call him in like 30 minutes when we're off of this.
Yo, awesome. Heck yeah, making moves.
Yeah. I got one with Samuel earlier. It was a duplex.
Don't step on it. Pick it up.
Got one in, where was it?
Sorry, guys.
In New Orleans. One in New Orleans I just got right now. Just I got to underwrite it, but it came out to, here it is. It was $150,000 purchase price. Their terms are 20% down, 3.5% interest rate, and they're gonna let me cash flow like around almost $500 per side on the duplex, so like almost $1,000. So he just wants to see some credibility on some of the deals I'm doing. And then, he gave me 10 years. I was just asking him questions. He was a landlord. His dad owned this, tired landlord who lives hours away from this one. So he just wants to sell it. He wanted a higher number. It was basically the same scenario as how Dan and I went over it. Same exact scenario. He wanted more money. I negotiated it. He said, I'll give you the going interest rate. And in my head, I was like, if he gives me the goddamn going interest rate, I'm going to fucking, yeah. I'm going to have to just end this right now because it's not going to work. And he goes, well, yeah, it's probably like 3.5%. That's like the going rate. And I'm like, yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, that's the going rate.
Because he wanted me to go with I thought he was going to say like 8 or 9% or like 7.5, whatever the going rate is right now. So he ended up giving me his terms, and his terms could work already, but I think I'm going to negotiate the money down. But he gave me 10 years, 3.5 interest rate, 20% down on 150 grand on a duplex that he's going to allow me to cash flow basically 500 aside.
Boom.
So I think it's a good deal. So all I'm going to do is underwrite that and lock it up. I got one yesterday that's pretty similar. It wasn't a duplex, but it was a home in Arizona. I got that one over 10 years with 0% interest at $600 a month. I just got to underwrite it. But if so, then I'll just be buying both of those ones.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, those would be good. Yeah, I'm looking to get at least 6 this month. At least 6 properties. So you guys got to help me out and sell me your deals. Or partner with me on deals, whatever.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm trying.
Oh, we'll get them. It becomes easier. I see you guys posting a crap load everywhere.
Yeah. What do you think about that thing I made? The little freaking post thing.
I think you're an integrator. You make it look cooler.
Much caught
that shit was a lot. Man, that shit was a lot nicer than ours. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Caught my attention. I was like, man, who is this dude, Josh?
Yeah. Well, I need to make those for all of us then.
Yeah. So, anybody have any questions? We do like Q&A, I guess, or does anybody have any deals they want me to analyze? If we don't want to do role play, whatever it is, let me know. Somebody speak up.
Hey, one more last question, Carlos, before I gotta head off. You said 7 years you was gonna pay off that seller. How would you come up with all that money? Or what happens if you don't come up with all that money by 7 years?
So I'll answer both of them. The first one, how am I going to pay that off, right? Or there's a couple ways. I could cash out, refinance, and then basically I'm going to get a mortgage and someone's going to give me a check. I'm going to write them out. Or in 7 years, the market most likely is going to go down this next year or two, and then it'll start slowly coming back up, and then I can sell it right before. So once I sell it, because I still own it, I can sell it, and then with the money, the proceeds I make, I can pay you off the remaining balance I owe you.
I gotcha.
Yeah, those are the ways.
All right, thanks.
Or a third way is, the beautiful thing about being a strong negotiator is you can renegotiate the contract that was already signed and sealed. Doesn't matter. As long as the other party is willing to do it, it's possible. I mean, it's rare when it happens because it's already locked in. Like I said, it's all possible. And in a scenario, like I've seen people multiple times when I worked in the car business, you sell them a car and they instantly want to return it. And we don't do that. We'll only trade it. We'll only take a trade in, right? But we won't return it. I've seen it one time when I worked at a Cadillac where I live. I've seen it one time where the owner actually said, "Yeah, I'll return it." So in the end, both parties can say and accept it. Can say yes, but once you're locked in, you're locked in, unless otherwise.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the third option. That's cool.
Well, now you know.
Yeah, I got a question. What are like some say popular or trending pain points for seller finance deals? like, you know, like a tired landlord, or like, is there any like common like things to look for that like would be more of a potential seller finance deal or creative deal rather than a cash, like data wise?
Data wise, looking at it, you know, I don't know, because it really comes down to what the person is willing to do, you know.
All right.
That's like the truth on it. But like, to go over, like, is there certain questions to hit up on pain points?
No, I was thinking of more like say I want to pull some sort of list, like, and I want that list to hopefully have more seller finance deals. Is there any
foreclosures?
Pre-foreclosure?
Those are like the number ones that will work. At least
anything with
those are like the best.
balance.
Those are the best one. Your best bet, I think.
Tax liens too.
Tax liens too. Okay. So anything where like they're pretty much in it and they're about to lose something.
Yeah, I mean, the last few deals I got, they weren't in distress. Like, as far as like, hey, I don't have to sell type of thing. And the one that Ben and I just locked up, there was no distress. The homeowner just bought a new home, didn't need that one no more. She wanted 25 grand down. We told her we can only go 5 grand down since we're willing to do this, like, do it this way. And she just can't. She was like, well, I just put in a whole new kitchen. I don't want that. I don't want to do it. But we just stayed quiet, and she said, yeah. And then same thing, the wholesaler wanted like 10 grand or something, and same thing, you're able to negotiate. And I just said, he said, hey, I'd like 10 grand on this deal because I have to pay somebody else 2 grand. And then so I said, okay, what if I paid you 5 and I paid them directly 2, just took care of you guys the 7 grand, and then and I'll just buy all your other creative deals. And if you don't know how to do them, we'll help you. And then his response was, yeah, I'll take the discount so I can build a relationship with you guys. You guys can buy everything.
So, guys.
Yeah, you can always negotiate during the middle of everything. After, you can write it in your contract where, hey, I'll balloon you in 5 years, contingent to after getting appraisal, if it appraises for the original locked up price. If not, we go another 5 years. And I know people who lock them up like that. I know Pace locks them up like that. I know a few other people lock them up like that. And so I like that. Hey, look, I don't mind doing this in 5 years, but if I can't cash out refinance due to the reason that the market is lower, I would like to have the option to then extend it another 5 years automatically. But yeah, when you start getting into like hitting pain points, there are some questions you can bring up when hitting up pain points too. Like when they're a landlord or a tired landlord. I like when I have tired landlords, because I like to bring in the scenario where also, as a landlord, when you first started, did you like and do you currently like getting that passive income?
Right.
So then I can kind of know I'm setting myself up for creative finance because they already like bringing in that monthly check. And then I tell them, oh, okay, so if you're able to still make money every single month passively without headaches like tenants and things like that, would you want to do something like that? So there's always ways that you can bring up those scenarios. And I always tell them this, hey, listen, I talk to a lot of landlords that get very tired. And you know what I've noticed? Some of the smartest ones, they turn the same properties that they were landlords on and they were getting frustrated and annoyed at. They just upgraded themselves into a lender on the same home. And the only difference is you're now not liable to do anything. You just get that monthly check and you just resold it to somebody. So they're liable to the toilet messing up on the tenant or the roof. They're liable to that, not you. You no longer have to put away 10, 20% of your proceeds to then factor, hey, if something were to happen on a rainy day or something, you have to take care of that. This would be the best way. This is actually the way that most landlords never exit the game. They just exit the landlord part. Now they just lend on all the same homes and make more money. And that gets them to be like, wow, I didn't think of it like that. There are scenarios where people don't pay. Oh, I have a tenant in there and they're not making payments. And I always tell them, do you think that situation's ever going to get better? I bring that up so they can think about it. Oh, no, it's not going to get better. Right? But I mean, there's so many pain points in every scenario. Like when I was with Dan earlier, I was brainstorming. He's like, oh, you're killing me, when I had asked for 15 grand instead of 30 grand. And I was transparent. Yeah, I'm actually brainstorming with you right now. That's the truth. It's not like I was set up knowing what he was going to have. The truth is, a lot of people ask me too, how do you prepare for it? You don't know what type of pain they're going through. And so you're literally, when you get into, you saw how much I was asking questions and going back and forth. I was literally brainstorming. That's how all the conversations go. I literally have to get into a brainstorm. There is, he's not on here right now, but there is a seller in here 20 minutes ago. He jumped in here for a little bit. I bought his house in Minnesota. I was just telling you guys about last night.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the Zoom for a little bit. Right here, he's learning. So I turned the seller into, he's going to start studying. This is recorded, so he's going to be able to see it. But so he can, I don't know if he's a little bit busy with his wife or whatever he's doing. He's in Florida. But that was pretty cool. He's in here.
Nice. Dang, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. My lender for the 80 grand on the Airbnb deal, he jumps in here too. He's no.
Yeah, I remember you saying he was going to be coming in.
Yeah, he does. He's coming already a few times. Those guys will be both testimonies for me too. It's gonna be cool.
That's right.
Any other questions, guys? Anything I can help you guys out with? Any concerns? Anything I can boost you guys up with? Josh, you look like you're gonna murder somebody, I swear.
I feel like it some days too.
Oh man. You guys good? Did you guys like the Thrive challenge? Dude.
Murder this game.
Shit was bad, bro. That shit was bad.
Bro, I'm still fired up from that shit.
Same, dude.
Always fired up. He's good.
That shit. I don't know if you guys were following the whole thing, but man, that thing gives you goosebumps, and it just kind of, I know you, Carlos, were talking about it, but
I was crying.
It kind of, yeah, I think we all shedding some tears. It brings back, those memories,
gangster tears,
of just, yeah, gangster tears, exactly.
Yeah, gangster tears. It was happy tears though. It wasn't like sad.
I just think, everybody's gone through, something in life that, is very impactful. And, I use it as fuel every day. So, and I'm sure we all do. So that shit was freaking solid, man.
Yeah, it was awesome. Can't wait for tomorrow.
Carlos, you're already doing it. And I'm sure we're all trying to get there too, is, I got people that reach out to me every single day too. But, just being here every day on these calls, whether you're helping 1 or 100 people, I mean, every day, it's awesome, dude.
Man, I've seen your name blow up like a lot. And same thing for like Lauren and Josh. All you had to do was repeat the motion, like how you got instant gratification on the first messages you guys posted. Imagine me doing that for the last fucking 6 months. That's how I got to where I'm at.
How do you handle?
Oh, I don't handle it all the time. It sucks. Sometimes you'll wake up, it's not that it sucks, it's good stress. But what happens is, not only am I handling me being a closer for other people that want to work with me, I also step up to the plate to be a leader. So I got to put away an hour and a half just to do role plays. Then I have a lot of one-on-one calls. So in reality, it's hard for me to get to 50 texts. So in the morning when I wake up, boom, I'll wake up early at 4 a.m., do all my things. By 6 or 7, I was trying to respond to people. And I'll have a whole bunch on Facebook, a whole bunch on Instagram, a whole bunch on my messages. And I'll get back to them as fast as possible before most people wake up, so that I have time to respond to some of them throughout the day. But some of them I'll get to like the 6th, 7th person, the 1st and 2nd person already responding back. I still have like 20 messages just on my texts. It's great. It's just that I can't get to everybody right away, but I do answer phone calls a lot better. If you can give me 10 minutes of your time and ask me everything, then that's a lot easier for me to do. And what's good for me is the fact that because of the copy and pasting everywhere, I now have a lot of leads that come in, and per se, they come in on what works around my schedule. Like how the guy's like, hey, would you be free in 10 minutes if the guy called back? And I told him, really, no, I'm on a role play. But you know, you can give me a text, and in between the role play, I can call them. And so the cool thing is I've learned to get other people who've worked very hard in a lead. So it's like a quality VA or just a quality wholesaler sub-2 student, bring me a lead. And then I just do the part that I do best, go in there and I close them, and then I move on. And that's been the blessing from literally copying and pasting. It has nothing to do with me being good on the phones. It's just that I'm good on the phones and I let people know. That's the only difference. People will never know I had that value if I was just closing over the phone. But instead, I use social media to let people know I close over the phone. And way more people are scared, even people who have money. A lot of people don't have time, or they're scared, and they just want to be able to get money. And so they want to rely on somebody that knows how to do what they can't do, and they don't mind giving it away. And that's how I built my business. And I've seen Ben over the last 2-3 months do the same thing for Gator Lending, and his posts are just as fucking packed. They're jam packed. A lot of people like him and texting them. I've seen him doing Gator deals, people commenting on him. There's nothing different. There's a lot of people who do Gator Lending like Ben. The only thing Ben did was he used social media to blow up what he does, so then people can see what type of value he's bringing into the marketplace.
Yep. And Carlos, I mean, again, I thank you for that, because I mean, you're the one who told me, is like, dude, he's like, just post, copy. He even sends me like what to post sometimes, like, hey, do this, copy and paste this and post it, blast it. And yeah, that's honestly, that's been the success, is just posting and being consistent. I mean, I have a family too. I have kids, you know, I try to make time for them too, but at the same time, you know, you still just got to make time to post every single day. And honestly, my success is just being connecting with people. I take the time, like the reason why I got into the call late or the Zoom is because I was talking to a couple of people that needed help, and they're like, hey, I'm starting and I don't know, I see you're having success. So, how, you know, what do I need to do? And I invited them to the Powerhouse, so they know about, I send them the link, you know, hey, join the, you know, our, you know, the Zooms that we do, and just connect with people, keep connecting with people every single day. Just meet one, even if you meet one person every single day. I've had people that I connected with, like, time to connect with me. You took the time to take my phone call. I have a deal now. You know, I finally got a deal in my hands. Can you help me? Or I have a Gator opportunity. I finally locked up a deal. I need a Gator now. You connected with me a month ago or whatever. So can you help me out now? You know, it's, you know, they remember the people that actually took the time to connect, not just like, hey, I'm a Gator and that's it. You know, you never took the time to reply to anybody or connect with anybody. So, you know, it's all about connecting with people as much as you can. And, you know, are we going to be able to get to everybody? No. You know, I try to get to everybody, you know, even if it's a thumbs up, hey, I'll connect with you tomorrow or the next day. You know, I try to connect with everybody, text everybody back, and you know, try to jump on a call at least one time to have that good conversation with everybody. And that's, I think that's the biggest difference. I mean, and I have people that have freaking so much more money, you know, Carlos, I mean, you know, Derek, I mean, freaking MLB player, you know, calls me, texting me. I was texting with him last night. We were texting back and forth, and he's just like, dude, like, how do you continue to do it? And you know, what are you know, how are you doing it so different? And I just keep telling him, like, you know, he keeps getting all these trash wholesalers that don't know what they're doing, and they don't know what a real deal is. And I was like, well, then stop connecting with those people. Connect with people that are actively doing a ton of deals, people that are experienced flippers, people that are experienced in wholesaling, that have been doing it for a long time, and connect with those people and tell them what you bring to the table, so that those are the people that are coming back to you and saying, hey, I need you to fund this deal for me, because that, you know, that these guys are experiencing what they're doing and you're not going to lose your money. So, you know, just connect with those people. It's like, damn, he's like, that's what I haven't been doing. I haven't been connecting with those kind of people. I've been connecting with people that don't know what they're doing. And in reality, you're kind of gambling. You're gambling your money there.
That's what I found though too. You know, kind of the same situation. I was dealing with people that, you know, don't know what they're doing. And yeah, you might get lucky on one here and there, but you can't run a business like that.
And not that you can't help them out. I mean, you want to still help them out. They'll bring an opportunity. Like, I mean, just the deal that me and Carlos bought, you know, he's kind of he doesn't know anything about creative. But, you know, I just blasted my first day of blasting that I'm an end buyer is how I got my first deal. Like, and I've been in the mentorship 3 months, and I've been like, man, I want to get my first deal. Like, yes, I've done Gator deals, but I want to get a creative deal. And literally just from the first day of saying, hey, I'm an end buyer, I buy creative deals, I got my freaking first deal. And it's just like, shit, awesome, man. I was like, that's all it took. Like, it's just like, you know, Carlos has been saying it for a long time. Like, hey, just post that you're a buyer, even though you don't know, just bring it to me. We'll figure it out together. And it's just like, damn, like out of one freaking post, it's like, I'm buying my first creative deal. Like, it's insane, you know?
Hey, it was quick. I told you it's proof in the pudding. And it's funny because like how I just put the new post out for asking for private money, how I put, have you guys wanted to work in, or have you guys ever wanted to invest in real estate but don't know how? It talks about, do you have money saved up? Is it sitting in the bank? Are you gaining 0.9 to 1%? So many people are like, I love this, I'm going to take it. I don't mind it. It worked. It worked for me. My dumb ass put my wrong number on it. So for the first 2 days, probably I didn't get as much people to hit me up until I put my real number on the next day. And everybody's like, ding, 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 ding. Hit me up. I was like, damn, I posted that one in like 50 fucking groups. I wasn't going to go back and find which ones they were in. Yeah. Ben, you're on mute.
That's crazy because I think we all tagged you to those posts too.
Yeah, so at least they got to me in the DMs.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But what I was saying was, it's proof in the pudding. It's copy and paste. And here's another reason why you want to brand yourself. Because first, you are a brand. You need to have attention. Hey, this is who I am. I'm Josh. I'm Lauren. I'm Ben. I'm Stan. I'm Liz. This is who I am. This is also what I do, and I'm pretty good at it. This is how I can help you improve on what you do if you're not good at what I do. Tag me in. And that's how people are going to know who you are, what marketplace you're in, and how you can bring them value. The whole name of the game is bringing value. I learned the most of my shit. I learned that from Jim Rohn. Now you guys are aware, Tony Robbins' mentor is Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn is the main reason I did a lot of changing was because of Jim Rohn. A lot of his philosophy, I then intertwined into my life. A lot of simple ass shit that he's taught me. But one was, hey, if you truly want to change, you have to change. It was simple, right? You have to sit down, really commit and change. Same thing. He talks about your income and the value you bring in the marketplace compared to your income in the marketplace. And he says that, let's say your value on my camera, because he just does it with his hands, right? So let's just say that, your value in the marketplace is down here. And then the same thing, like your money's right here. I mean, let's say you find a quick way to make money, right? So the elevation of your finances go up. So they come up here, right? And that's where they stay. But your value, you never educated yourself, worked harder than anybody else, put in overtime. You didn't bring any other value to the marketplace. You weren't valuable. Eventually, your finances matches where the value is in the marketplace. Comes back down no matter what. If you got it quick, it'll go quick, right? So if you just, now let's say your finances are down here, like where I'm at, but I'm building massive fucking value every single day. Value, bringing it to the marketplace, to the community, wherever I can. And now my value is rising. My income hasn't, but the value is rising. I'm about to do a domino effect. I got the 6 houses in the last few weeks or whatever. I'm trying to buy 6 more. But my value is going to go up and up. And then at one point, it's going to fucking catch up to me. And now my finances will forever be where I brought my value to. So I don't got to think about finances anymore. I got to think about how can I read more, bring more value. As this rises, this will come follow right behind me. And I use a lot of that, which Jim Rohn taught me, because that's the truth. And that's why Ben knew me. I wasn't performing. I was a good negotiator because my brother was a closer, and Ben and I worked with my brother. My brother still works there. But I couldn't perform. I partied too hard. It was just immature. And, I told Ben and a few other people that I'm going to go sober. I'm not doing the things that I want. I'm going to change my life. And so for the last 2 years and 8 months, I've been sober now. And I've been trying to find ways to bring massive value. Now I've been reading books every single month. I study, I read, I do podcasts, meditation, cold showers, I pray, right? I'm trying to outwork the pace. I'm not naturally talented or gifted, but I have work ethic, and I don't think people are going to outwork my work ethic. And then eventually I started to find ways to bring value, step into the real estate realm with other people bringing value. It lets me shine because I've been doing this for two years before I got here. And now I'm learning to bring massive value, and it just started to kick into place, Now, what's the beautiful thing is now bring it in there, bringing that value. And the cool thing is what I've learned is now I'm able to say, hey, Ben, literally just post and bring this value. People, you don't even have to have value. The first day I was a car salesman, I didn't sell a car. Does that not make me a car salesman? No. Are you an investor? Are you an investor, or you're not an investor because you don't have your first investment property? No, you're still an investor. You just haven't purchased your first one. You don't say you're not an investor for the reason because you don't have an investment property. It makes no sense. I'm a doctor, but I haven't given surgery yet. You're still a doctor or no? You get what I'm saying? Bring that value, dude. And Ben's, I'm watching Ben right now. In 3 months, he'll be like where I am today, like 6 months or whatever I'm at. And not that I'm farther, I'm just saying, imagine 3 more months of him accumulating more people. How it works is the same people over the last 3 months are going to still call him. Their friends are going to start calling him. And over the next 3 months, he's going to get new people every single month, while the same people he's accumulated are still going to call him. So he'll get repetitive business while every week, every day, he's getting new business. And now I look at that as my lead generation. That's my lead generation. I don't go out and look and cold call. I go out and bring value to other sub-2 students, other investors, wholesalers, and lenders. And all my deals get brought to me now because I'm the one who can put them together. And they get brought to me. And I've noticed that the people who can do that very well, Christian Hernandez, Pace, Morby, Munif, a lot of people, I see Ben doing it now with Gator Lending. Everything gets just sent to him now. That's where I'm at now, where all I do is I jump on other people's phone calls that are already set for me, appointments. And then I go and I analyze deals that are already locked up. And it's honestly, this is where I want to be. This is exactly where I want to be, where I just analyze. I do want my own automated business, but for the time being that I don't have it like that to have my income to fund it, this is where I want to be. It's free. It's all free marketing. I am busy every day. Do get a lot of actual seller calls. I mean, today, got 2 opportunities, lock up 2 deals, which we verbalized. I'm just going to make sure I underwrite them and do it. Ben and I we just locked up on paper today. We signed it. I verbally got 1 yesterday, 2 more besides Ben's today. So imagine if I do this repetitively, I can catch up to people like Christian Hernandez or Munif or Pace or Abraham Gray, where he's doing 1.5 homes every day and shit, right? If I can put in that much value and learn as much as I can, I too can buy 10, 15 homes a month. It shouldn't be any different.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Word.
But let's wrap this up, guys. Does anybody have any other questions?
Yeah, just go mine off that, Carlos. By any chance, do you have any recordings of those live sellers that you closed up by any chance?
I'm gonna start doing live calls for not only myself or you guys, but for my YouTube channels and social media. So then now, instead of just posting everywhere, I'm gonna start dropping my live videos of how I sound on the phone, so people can hear it firsthand, and then I'll get even more people to send me deals. But yeah, I'm gonna start recording everything. I want to do tomorrow and Thursday. I want to just do this for 2 hours, live calls, live seller calls.
Yeah, that'll be dope, man.
We'll do it tomorrow. All right, guys. Talk to you guys. We'll set this up tomorrow again for the same time, 3 p.m. Pacific time, okay?
Sure.
All right. Later, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Yo.